fear, hurt, anger, guilt. These are all words that should elicit an appropriate fight or flight response in most human beings. But if they elicited something more, you may have something called a heart wall. A heart wall. Good question, I hear you ask. The subconscious mind is responsible for some 60,000 thoughts per day, and not all of these are positive. In fact, some 85% of these thoughts may be negative. 95% of these thoughts are the same thoughts that we had yesterday, and will be the same thoughts that we have tomorrow. The emotion code was written by Dr. Bradley Nelson in 2007, and in it he describes that anybody suffering chronic pain or chronic illness may have something called a heart wall and negative trapped emotions. The heart is like a second brain, and indeed the heart's been measured to give 8 times the electromagnetic frequency of the brain. The process is very simple, and it involves speaking to the subconscious mind and asking simple yes or no questions. Once the trapped emotion has been identified on the emotion chart, then you can ask your subconscious mind, is it okay to be released? Now, I talked to you a bit about my own story. I found the emotion code about beginning of the year, and what I found was when I was 15, I had a trapped emotion of abandonment in my stomach. And this abandonment was caused when me and my father had an argument, and haven't spoke to him since. And it was 7 miles long, made of steel and metal. And I asked my subconscious mind, can I release this trapped emotion on my heart wall? And I released it. Now, the emotion code is not a cure-all, but I have to say, since the beginning of the year, I've been feeling a lot better. The digestive problems are a lot better. I used to do night shifts with a lady called Maria, and she was having recurrent urine infections for 4 years. She had a trapped emotion of blame in her bladder, causing her urinary infection. We asked her subconscious mind, could she release this trapped emotion? And the answer was yes. It was made up of 1.5 miles of wood. And it happened that she had this trapped emotion of blame when her parents were getting divorced. Her and her sister used to hide in the wardrobe, a wooden wardrobe. I don't tell you this to depress you, I tell you it to invigorate you and to make you feel excited that you can get that extra percentage out of your life by releasing these trapped emotions. As I said, the process is simple and easy. You speak to your subconscious mind and ask, do I have a trapped emotion? Is it okay for it to be released? And in a lot of cases, the emotional and physical responses are very positive, almost instantaneously. Now, obviously, it may be appropriate to hold on to our heart wall and our trapped emotions for a period of time, if we're going through a divorce or if we're living in a war zone. But I ask you, to whose benefit is it to hold on to your negative trapped emotions for any longer? Don't you deserve to live the rich, fulfilled life that you deserve? If you'd like to know more about the emotion code, you can read it or speak to me. As Anne Horn said, millions will hear, but only thousands will follow, and we only need thousands. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers, mate.